Good afternoon, tubers. I'm kind of out of breath right now. Hope you excuse that. Welcome back to my channel if you do watch this. Most people don't. So anyway, I'm going to try, I don't usually try to learn on anybody, but I am going to try to educate a guy or a girl a little bit on Firebird headlights. I see everybody rebuilding their motors. I see them replacing the motors. I see them pulling all that out, painting all the bezels, getting them all shiny. I have never yet seen anybody show you Pontiac style how to adjust these lights without destroying your psyche. So anyway, these lights, of course, are the same with the Fiero and the Corvette if you're watching this. They have what I would call a striker panel. On the opposite side of the motor as you're looking at, this of course is my passenger light, and I'm having a hell of a time with this one, and I'll explain why in a second. But it has what you would call a striker panel right there. See that white spot right there? And if you look down in there, there's another similar white spot. There's a striker screw. And here's a striker screw right here. Okay. Last year I had issues with this, so I went and got a new one for this light. I don't know where the rest of them are right now. I'm kind of having a fit about that. But anyway, that's for my issue for what I got going on. So here's the striker screw that goes in there. This one happens to be a little bit too big. So every time the light goes down, instead of it threading, it's just pushing it right on through. It didn't thread properly. It's just a little, I can't use the word I want to say. One of the 4 reasons I took this apart, and I'm going to try to hurry through this. If you make it through here, I appreciate it. You can always jingle and subscribe. I might someday be able to learn on a couple of you more than 1 or 2 things about these. Ironically, I used to work at Cars and Concepts, and although I worked on the Ford line, I learned a thing or two about these. So look here. See everybody how this is up? It's one of the reasons I had these all out last year. I was watching other people do this, and I painted them. And I put them back in here, but this wasn't proper, and I knew the proper adjustment, but it had to come out anyway. Okay, so what's happening with this is the striker panel, or the striker screw, is not screwed in far enough for this one. Because you're going this way, it's got a screw in. The farther it screws in, the farther this light will go down. Now, as I said, bear with me, because I'm going to show you a little trick that maybe most people may not know. Okay? Now I know that light height is okay because I've turned them on for one and I've tried it. But when it goes down, it doesn't go down all the way. Now I'm not going to be able to show a guy because it's just too hard to get my phone in there without hitting other buttons and blowing the video. But if you roll your stuff up, or a girl, and you roll your stuff up and peek right through this gap right there, you can see that striker screw. There you go. I actually got you down there. You can see that one. That is the one for down. The one for up, as you can see, is right there. And it's perfectly spotted. It's hitting that and it stopped. The motor will keep running until the end of its cycle, which might be one of the reasons those discs burn out, but we'll discuss that another time. That's Pontiac. But you can see it's already hitting that striker right where it should be. So, hang on just a second. Okay, so excuse me, I got a little bit out of breath. The old man's got COPD. So anyway, the whole point of me raising that light now was to show a guy or a girl how you can do these Pontiac style. If you take that striker screw and look at it, and that, once it's through there, that striker screw actually has an adjustable end. Okay, and a guy just takes his screwdriver and puts it right there and fits perfectly to turn that as the way you want to go. Instead of dismantling your car, come on over here. My shoes aren't tied, obviously, but I digress. I don't have a battery box, so mine was actually a little easier than most because I changed my stuff around. I don't do side posts, so I just had to go. I like my stuff flowing around in here. But anyway, again, I digress. So you come over here and there's 2 holes, and if you look in there, voila, there's that adjustment screw from the back side. So a guy or girl doesn't have to dismantle this whole car. You just come over here. I'm going to lay my flashlight right there. You grab your... Make sure you think this out that you're going the right way. So like mine, it needs to be screwed in more, right? So the light goes down more. So hang on, bear with me. I'm not going to be able to get the camera without hitting the wrong buttons. But now my screwdriver is mounted on there. Well, for Pete's sake, good grief. I did this 10 times before I did the video. Just to make sure I was going to be able to do it. Just kidding. Okay, you can actually peek and set your peepers right there too. And you can see the screw on it. So anyway, it's got to be turned opposite. So I want the screw to come toward me. So I'm going to turn the screwdriver counterclockwise, like you're tightening it. Okay, so there's 2 turns. And I'm going to consider that is going to allow that motor to take it down 2 additional steps. Bear with me. Trying to make this short and as less painless as possible. Less painless, less painful as possible. Now, I got to be honest, I don't know how much better you're going to get than that. And it's still got a little rise in it. So I can put it up and do another turn, but I'm not going to make you guys go through all that. That's how you do this. Without taking the whole car apart. Slide your battery out of the way. If you're too high, counterclockwise. If you're too low, you want to bring it out. Just take it out there. I suggest taking your little and spraying the screws first. I appreciate you watching, and if there's anything else, well, I got my cover here. If there's anything else that I can help a guy or girl with, or you can help me out and make suggestions, feel free. Thank you for watching.